I spent my first $1 million. Let's get into it. So first I'm going to talk about how I made my first maybe a few $100,000, and it was mainly from tournament winnings because I wasn't that popular on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So first of all, World Cup, you know, that was like one of the biggest tournaments. I didn't do too good in the finals, but I qualified 4 times. I qualified 4 times. And both duos and solos. So I think at around 14, I had about $200,000 or $300,000 in earnings.
What? At 14, he had like 200 to 300K? Come on, man, these kids were balling. Young gangsters.
But yeah, so first of all, I was living with my parents, but my sleep schedule was really bad. I'll be playing until like 3 or 4 a.m. and I didn't know how to cook, right? I was 14, so probably spent about $30,000 on ordering food. Yeah, not off to a great start, but you know, I didn't know how to cook.
30K on food is that's understandable, I'm not gonna lie. 30K on food, hey, I just made 200, 300K. I might just spend 50K on food. And if it's a really good night, I may just spend 100K on food. Come on, man, we come from the trenches, brother.
My parents weren't awake, obviously. So I was just ordering pizzas, kebabs, burgers. I was not a very healthy guy. Yeah, that was probably what I spent my money on the most during that time. Okay, so after getting all this food, I somehow managed to stay skinny. I'm not sure how. I was literally like, I think I weighed like 50 kilos or something. So I don't know how I was that skinny.
110 pounds?
Every day. Yeah, that was my first.
Bro, it was a stick.
30,000, but you know, something along those lines. The next thing I spent my money on, this was actually pretty smart. Just equipment, better streaming equipment, you know, cameras, lighting, PC, you know, keyboard, mouse, all that kind of stuff. I spent a lot of money on that at the start. I don't know, maybe dropped 20, 30K on just upgrading my setup. Even my streaming room, you know, like painting the walls, everything. Like I did everything to my setup. I'd say I probably spent 20 to 30K on that. I'd look at it as an investment, you know.
Nah, facts. I was just about to say that. 20 to 30K on all the stuff he just named, that isn't bad at all. Honestly, it may be a little lowballing himself. I would have say, honestly, spend about 50K realistically, bro. Like, that's an investment. And now in the long term, I know looking back, especially knowing how much money Sav have made, it's crazy, Brody. It's crazy. W investment. Always invest in yourself. Think about long term, man.
So after that, you know, this is pretty much the only thing I spent money on when I was about 14 to 15 years old, you know. I was just staying inside in my room, just playing games. So I didn't really spend anything else than just on food and my streaming PC and everything. But after that, when I got a little bit older, maybe say around 16, 17, I realized I really like to travel, you know? So I went on a few vacations, and they were really nice vacations, but they were pretty expensive. So I think probably spent about 30 to 40K on just traveling, like flight tickets and hotel.
30 to
and
40K?
Bullshit, honestly. So yeah, that maybe wasn't very smart, but you know, you gotta spend the money you earn, you know, because then you're gonna want to make more money.
Nah, you gotta enjoy yourself. You gotta enjoy yourself.
So yeah.
W quote, Savage.
30, 40K on just travel. I think I went to the Maldives. That was insane. And then I've been to Mauritius. That was a bit later, but. And Thailand. But yeah, I love to travel, so I spend a lot of money on traveling, but I don't regret that. All right, so next, this one is also pretty stupid, but you know, I love clothes. You know, I got my own clothing brand and everything now, so I started getting into
I didn't know that.
17, I'd say. Before that, I had no style. Like, bro, I bought a Gucci suit for like $5,000. It's so disgustingly ugly. Yeah, I don't know if you let me get that, bro. That looks so. Yeah, I spent a lot of money on clothes. At the start, I was just buying designer stuff because I thought that was cool, or that would make me cool, or that is how you have style. But I think you guys can agree, I have a bit better, you know, fashion sense than what I used to. But I think I spent about 50K on clothes and jewelry around the time I was 17. Yeah, not the best
50K? No, that's a, whoa, no, that's a great investment. 50K on clothes and shoes? Brother, you need to double that. No, scratch it. You need to triple that, Savage. You gotta be fresh, you gotta be clean. Come on, bro.
So when I was 17, that was the first time I moved away from from my parents' house. I moved in with Nyrox, the World Cup champ, and I lived with him for about a year. We were staying in Sjuvolmen, right next to the ocean. So that was a great time, but you know, I was pretty young, so I wasn't really cleaning the apartment. So Nyrox got a bit triggered, so we only lived there for a year together. So yeah, I was a little bit lazy, but I would say the rent there for that year, it was about like 30K. 30K.
30K?
So that was also, yeah, 30K. Not really a lot of good investments so far. I don't know what I was thinking, but it is what it is. So next one, this is a big thing for me. You know, I really like supporting people, you know, helping people out. I think it's really important to show other people love. I think I realized this about like 17, you know, I read a book or something. So yeah, I really love charity, and I think it's a great thing to support, you know. So I'm almost getting emotional.
Dang.
So yeah, that was, so I spent about $100 on that around the time I was 17.
What?
So
What?
$100.
I'm just kidding around. No, okay, actually, no. That I didn't spend $100. I dropped a bit more than that. As you guys can tell, like, yeah, I spent a lot of money on dumb but I didn't really spend that much money for, like, you know, I didn't buy like crazy cars and like all this kind of stuff, you know. It's like, well, food, rent, equipment, you know, some of these things, like clothes, you gotta have clothes. So yeah, I'm not really a big spender, or I wasn't really a big spender from like 14 to 17. So yeah, around this time I was living with my parents again. So when I was 17, I was renting this apartment with Nyrox. When I turned 18, I moved back home and I was looking for an apartment to buy. So at around 18, I got my first apartment, which is where we are right now. You know, I've been saving a little bit up for that for a while. So it's a pretty nice apartment, I'd say. We're gonna go way over the budget now, but this apartment was like $1.2 million.
What?
That's pretty much what I spent most of my money on, unless you count like employees, investments, all this kind of stuff. I don't consider that as spending money. That's, you know, investing money. That's making money. So yeah, I had to go crazy a little bit for this apartment, but you know, I love living here, and I think being in a good space makes me able to work harder. You know, I play Fortnite, so I don't know if you want to call it work, but you know, it makes me motivated. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I gotta pause this. 1.2 million on an apartment? Are you insane, Savage? Are you crazy? You should have just bought you a mansion. You could have got you 2 mansions, man. What you doing with your money, man? That's the dumbest thing you could have spent it on, Savage. And then you want to turn around and only want to give 100 to charity? You should have just gave him 50, really, brother.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's how I spent my first $1 million. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And this is also the first video with XZ, so if you're hyped for me joining XZ, show some love to this video, and make sure you subscribe to the XZ channel. Hi boys, thanks for watching, peace out.
Yo, W video, boy. Shout out to MrSavage, shout out to XZ Savage. I'm gonna be honest, the way you was spinning your money, bro, I gotta respect it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Did Savage spend his money the right way or the wrong way? Did he blow his money or did he use it wisely, man? Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. But besides that, as always, until next time, peace out.